Welcome everyone, my name is Fist Truck. About an actual week ago, I did a video called How to Ocarina of Time in Elden Ring, Part 1, where I made an attempt to play through Elden Ring in a way that was similar to the way that you play through Zelda Ocarina of Time. To say it was bootleg would be an understatement. Nonetheless, in Part 1, I covered the Young Link section of the game. So with this video, it's time to become Adult Link, and with that, it's time to put an actual build together. And don't forget to stay tuned for next week when I attempt to kill the bosses in the order that they were killed in Ocarina of Time. Unfortunately, I currently cannot think of any creative way to ask for a subscribe. Lastly, I'm just going to tell you about the stats right now. If you started with the prisoner class like I did, then all you have to do is increase your intelligence by 4, which brings it up to 18, and that's it. Step 1, kinda sorta but not really, picking up from Part 1, we're gonna start from where we fucked up the lizard, take the elevator up, go through the Altus Plateau, take the little teleporter across the bridge, and end up by the windmills. I forgot the name of the exact one, but I think it's the East Windmill Pasture. You're gonna know that you're at the right one, because there's gonna be a bunch of old ladies millie-rocking by the fire. In the fire pit that's not actually fire, but dudes on fire, you're gonna go pick up all the goodies there, which will give us the noble gloves. Step 2, we're returning to the Weeping Peninsula, however, we're gonna be going just a little bit more west this time. There's a big-ass tree over here with the Not Asylum Demon chilling by it. That's not really what we're here for, but we're here for all the little men that are around there, all the little tree men. Just farm the ever-living fuck out of them, use whatever you have to use to make their drop rate significantly better than what they currently are. I kept running the same route from the nearby bonfire over and over again until one of them dropped the Guardian Garb, which will be our lovely green chest piece, because this game has practically no green armor in it, which is really fucking obnoxious. But I kind of get why, because green is in itself a pretty obnoxious color for armor. That's besides the point. We got the fucking thing, let's move on. Step 3, this step sucks massive ass, and not the cool kind of ass either. I'm talking about badass. Not to be confused with badass, I'm sorry. Moving on. We're going to the South Eggheel Lake bonfire. There's a caravan over here with a couple of these flag-carrying dudes. Essentially, you want to kill them over and over and over and over and over again until they drop the old aristocrat cowl. Hopefully, you'll have better luck than I did, because guess what happened to me? I got these motherfuckers to drop literally everything else that they could drop aside from the goddamn hat. I'm actually mad about this because it took 45 fucking minutes to get this stupid fucking hat. Step 4, time to get the Warrior Greaves, which is located at the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. Where is it exactly located? Well, it's located off this one merchant. If you're like me and have played this game for almost 400 hours and go, what fucking merchant? I'm sorry? Yeah, I didn't know this guy existed either. Go figure. So before we do that, make sure you go behind the dragon, grab the key, then go in the academy. Once you get in the academy, turn around and kind of go back the way you came from. You're going past a little thing you would interact with, continuing downwards, and watch out because the foliage gets thick because apparently the bridge can grow trees. More importantly, if you're coming here as early as I did while being as papery as I was when I currently went here, you're gonna have to watch out because almost the entire cast of Balto is here ready to kick your ass. I died by wolves. I couldn't believe it. But I died by wolves. It can happen to the best of us. And also me. Anywho, once you get past that, you gotta pay some amount of Eldens. I'm sorry, I already forgot, but it'll be on screen. And with that, the final piece of our attire has been acquired. However, don't put it on yet, because we are not an adult yet. Step 5. While we're at the academy, it's time that we get our shield. The only shield that comes remotely close to looking like the Master Shield, in my opinion, is the Carrion Shield. In order to get that, you gotta go beat the shit out of that one NPC that's a cheap dirtbag, and I really hate him. Before we do that, we gotta kill the last cast member from Balto, the Red Wolf. Somehow, the group of regular assholes fucked me up, but this guy didn't. That's it. Afterwards, run up to the NPC and make sure that you're not a chump. Instead, be a chimp like I am and died multiple times while trying to get him to kill himself. I've pretty much given up fighting this guy regularly, and instead all I do is just run to the elevator and pray to Bejeebus that he decides to off himself by falling to his death. Eventually it'll happen, in which case, congrats. You have the shield that we'll be using for the rest of the game. Step 6, and the last piece of the puzzle that we'll need in order to enter adulthood. Go to this spot in Liurnia. I know it looks kind of familiar, however, we're just going to pretend that those jellyfish definitely don't exist because we killed them earlier and they're a major boss. After skipping the not there jellyfish and going through this one camp, you'll eventually run into a caravan. Go to the carriage that's within the middle of this caravan, smack the giants so they stop walking, then open the chest that's in the back, which will give us our Master Sword. or the Carrion Knight Sword. Once again, is pretty much the only thing that looks remotely close to the Master Sword, which is really what we're going for. Step 7, now that we've pulled the Master Sword out of the stone, or picked it up out of the back of some carriage being pulled by two big-ass dudes, we can finally become an adult. And let me be clear, this is easily the closest I've ever come to the source material.